What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Breaking Bad RV. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, I think we're on episode 3 or so of this series. You'll definitely want to go check out the first few videos because it was absolutely ridiculous what we found when we picked this up. So I'll show you guys real quick what it looks like right now. We picked this up because we are going to be towing all of our race vehicles and show vehicles to events across the country. This has a Duramax engine with the 6.6 liter and also has a Allison transmission on a Kodiak 5500 chassis. So this thing can tow, also has a 10,000 pound hitch, but now it actually looks somewhat decent in here. So here's the inside. We've cleaned it out, or at least cleaned all of the modifications that were done to this. This looks pretty decent right now. I got some tools and stuff from us working on it, but you'll recall there was a huge like duct tape with a vise with a tin foil dispenser, all kind of contraption in here. And then over here, there was a picnic table screwed into here with some trays and some sort of computer stand deal over here. And then we ended up completely cleaning out the bedroom area. We got all the old mattress. There was a ton of mattresses, mattress toppers. I think there was 3 mattress toppers on this with probably a dozen sheets and comforters, and they were all screwed in to the walls. Got all that removed, and we got the slide popped out. We had to figure out the slides because originally when we picked it up, everything was retracted, so we got both pop outs working. That was a really good feat. And in the last video, you would have seen us completely gut out this bathroom. We took out some electrical over there, along with getting all sorts of duct tape stuff and modifications. There was a seat and a ladder here, and we got all that removed so that we can start the rebuild process. We've got the 12-volt system working, but what we want to focus on this video is potentially firing up our generator for the first time and getting the 120 system working. So that's what we're going to focus on, because oddly enough, all the electrical wires that we're running in were on their own standalone circuits. I haven't found any evidence of the actual electrical system on the RV for the 120 or the 12 volt to be tampered with. All the wires that came in had their own little breaker bars, and then once we yanked it out, there wasn't any tapped into wiring on the RV. So I'm pretty confident that we might be able to just fire up the generator or plug this thing in. I actually have an RV plug out here from the previous owner of this house. And right now, our buddy Dennis is over here struggling. He's got duct tape wads over here. Look at how much duct tape he just yanked out.
Oh, this is way...
So this is where the electrical junction is right here. Do you think this is a factory hole at this point or no?
Sort of.
So there's a hole here. We don't know if it's factory or not. I think it probably would have been a little door deal on it, and now it's been removed, but this is where your connection would be. You can see here it shows. Here's your 120, but he had taken the 120 whip, mounted it here, and then if you guys remember when we first got this, there was a bunch of little anchors that held it up to there, but somebody had chopped it off right here. So we're gonna try to get this back to here, put an adapter on the end of it. We also found this in the compartment along with 5 million adapters. So probably gonna go to the hardware store, get a receptacle ends and then the plug end, and then hopefully make it to here. So that's what we're working on. I'll keep you guys posted as we make some progress. All right, so you'll see this little shock here. This one was removed, but this one is currently not on here. So I'm gonna install it. That way we have a prop here for our water tank one. Okay, so Dennis is wiring. He mad though.
Shut up.
He's like, this is
cheap.
This is brutal work conditions. Look at it. It is
pool.
90. What is it? 96 out today?
97.
90 something. Dennis over here tripping. I over here got my sun hat. Dennis needs a sun hat.
One.
You have one. You didn't bring it.
Give me another one.
He comes unequipped. Comes unequipped. So we're putting this on here, and then if you guys look behind him, we already put like the male and female 4-prong dealios on there, and then we're gonna use this one here to convert from 4-prong to 3-prong, because that's what I have on my post over there.
I need to redo this.
Not happy with it?
Nah, there's not enough room for the wires to fit in the casing very well. With them being all length.
That's what she said.
It's not what she said. She never said that.
That's what she said.
It's not what she said.
I just talked to her, and that's what she said.
You may think so.
Dennis is pissed. All right. Be right back. Dennis is loading. I gotta put like the Home Alone thing where you with your hair go up. All right, so we got this into our homemade extension cord, but I mean it's all legit cord, and now we gotta plug it into. Dun, 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 dun.
Is that already on?
Yeah.
Come on, Doc Brown, plug it in.
How confident are you?
I'm not very confident.
You want me to do it? Or you want to do it?
This is gonna be boostless.
Should we flip the breaker instead?
You'll know right away. Plug it in. You got the handle. It's not sizzling or smoking. Just pull back.
That's it. Well, actually, it's kind of a little loose. All right. Apparently, we have power.
That's what she said.
Let's go inside.
All right, let's go. Maybe that panel will light up now.
I don't really know what to check. There's an inverter over here that might be doing something. Inverter in there. Well, this is the main power, but I don't know.
Lights. Or is that off the battery?
Wait, oh, the AC's running.
No way.
It turned on. I don't know if it's doing anything, but the AC automatically started up because the thermostat's on. Oh, it's on off.
This is on off too.
Here, now the AC's turned on.
That's your AC.
Well, don't turn on that one on though, because that one's missing the control box. Let's see if we get cold air. I don't know. It sounded like something, but I'm sure it'll take a minute if it works.
I mean, the compressor's on.
Sounds like it's doing something.
It's not blowing Florida hot air on us.
Not yet. Let's see if it takes a minute, maybe. Nothing? Doesn't feel too cold. Oh, it's starting to get a little cold.
I feel like it's getting a little cool.
No way, we got free AC.
That's getting cold, dude.
Hey, let's close these windows.
Let's close the window. So what's missing up?
Well, there's like a control panel up there that's like missing. Yeah, it's starting to get cold. Yeah, the control panel is missing for this one.
It's probably, covered somewhere in here.
I wonder if we
Unless it got shot out.
undo the schmajma. Do you think the microwave works? Dude, I can feel cold air. Dude, it works.
Yeah?
I don't know if, because there's a front and a rear. Is it blowing out of this one?
Yeah?
Yeah. No.
Not this one. What?
Well, I think they both blow into the same thing probably.
There's a little bit of air coming out.
Well, it must be connected, like
Yeah.
both of them. But when you walk back here, dude, you can feel it.
I know, I walked by and I felt it right here. I thought it was a breeze from the window, but...
No way, we got working AC. Let's go. All right, let's try. Oh, the fridge on.
Oh.
So there's gas and auto.
On auto.
Is it on auto? Oh, that's gas. Auto? How do I know if it's... Is there like a temperature setting somewhere?
Do you have a light?
Oh,
Something.
what's this? Colder? Where's the thing? What is this? What is that? I see something for cold air, but what are we adjusting? I don't know.
This air feels nice.
If we close it up, it would probably start getting cold in here.
Leave it close for a minute. Microwave isn't coming on.
It doesn't? Oh, it might not be. No, it's plugged in. Maybe a breaker? AC outlet. I don't know which one it might be. Everything looks.
On?
It looks like they're all on, yeah. Maybe that's why there's a microwave in the thing. Oh!
Oh! Hey now.
Oh, that's the vent. It's got power.
It's got power. Hit
That was this. The oven light thing.
There's no bulb in it though. But you can light inside.
Yeah. Maybe we should make sure what's in here before we turn it on. Just
Go get your lunch. Fuzzy.
Why is... Oh, it is working. It's just dim. Look, welcome.
Yeah.
So, where's like time cook?
Yo, this air gets getting cold. I feel it.
I can feel bloated.
It's like getting cold.
Dude. And you were scared to plug it in. You can feel like right here all the cold blowing in. Hell yeah. We can even get rid of the hot air. Look.
Nice. So what's not working?
I don't know.
See if your lifts are working.
No, because those run off the toll. That I'll show you this after. The relay's smoked on it.
Oh.
What other systems? Well, the fridge we could probably get working. The microwave works. I don't know how we...
Probably like...
Where's like time cook?
You got convection, popcorn.
Yeah, so where's like sensor cook?
Have to help.
All right, so we're gonna unplug this just before we attempt to turn on the generator. Dennis just popped open the generator lid. What we got? So here is our Cummins. I told you guys this thing was Duramax and Cummins. Here's the Jenny. How long is this?
I don't know.
Yeah?
I mean, it's oil.
Let me wipe it though. Like make sure it's not...
It's old.
No, it's diesel,
right?
so it's gonna be black. All right, so I just wiped this off. We're gonna go ahead, throw it back in here. Sure. Well,
the camera.
Yeah. Where did I lost it just as soon as I got it.
It's over there.
Let me wipe off the edge so nothing falls in there. Oh, it's like weird. It's rubber.
It's yeah. It doesn't screw in. It just press fits.
Okay, we'll double check the oil. Definitely be changing this, but I'm sure we can figure it out. What a weird deal. It's like it. Oh, there it goes.
And then there you go.
Well, let's just pull it out one more time. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, we got oil.
Plenty of oil.
Send it. Should we want to start from here? Might as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Let me stand back a little bit.
I think I got to turn on the 12 volt though. Otherwise you get no way to start now. You ready?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready. Nothing. Oh.
There's a prime button there, so on the bottom.
Oh. Stop. Is that on or off, you think?
I don't know.
Okay, that's a prime. So, I'm guessing it's trying to prime first.
Ooh. Nice.
Let's go. Dude. Now what?
Go inside, see what's working. Here.
No way.
You got AC?
I don't know how you flip it over though.
And then control.
Oh, they just turned on. It just kicked over. Let's go.
549 hours.
500 hours? 549?
549.
Let's see.
Yeah, this is on.
549. We got our AC going. Let's go camping, Dennis.
We're alive, boys.
Hell yeah.
0.21 gigawatts.
Oh, that's cold as hell. We live in a barn, Dennis? Come on. Keep that AC in here. Oh. So, I turned my battery on my camera, ended up going out. But I thought, if you guys look at this, see how there's this little brain box here? It was missing from the front over here. So I was like, I was telling Dennis, I was like, oh, I don't know, I think I'm missing something here. But I ended up just switching the thermostat because it's got two AC units. So this is thermostat for the front. This is the thermostat for the rear. And I went ahead and just turned it on and we got cold AC out of both right now. Oh dude, we don't even have the fan all the way on the back. There's a high and a low. Let's kick it up. There we go. Now it's on full chooch.
Now we got all the AC.
Sheesh. The problem is it's leaking a lot of the AC out of this. If I put that piece back in here, No, there's a little trim piece that closes this and forces it out of...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then we would get full chooch. Right now it's just dumping out of here, but it feels amazing. Dude, I can't believe that. That's crazy.
That started right up.
Well, I kind of went but I mean, how long's it been off for, right?
It's a diesel. They all start like that.
Hell yeah. Dude, that is sick.
That thing's even ran. It's running off of the tank.
Yeah. We got 80 gallons of diesel.
Yeah.
So you don't have to fill up like a second tank or nothing.
Take any time.
Hell yeah. So good. Man. What do you think? Did we get a good deal now?
I like it.
Is that a yes?
Maybe.
Maybe. Man, we got so many features for 12 grand.
What doesn't work though?
Well, so I'll take them through this. So the TV turns on, you guys. So we don't have any, it's not a smart TV, but it's got like, you know, your basic inputs and whatever. So it'll actually power up here, or I think I had it on. Look, see, TV powers up, HDMI 1. We still are not sure on the fridge. The microwave turns on, but we don't know how to actually cook on it or like any of this stuff. Doesn't seem to be working, even though the screen says welcome, but I don't know if there's something we got to do on that. That has to be plugged in. The plug's on in the shelf there. Because Steve was taking all the wiring out, but well, it was like a where? I know.
The outlet behind on the wall.
Oh, I know. It's fine though.
That's fine.
Yeah, it was because there was a bunch of Jumanji plugged in.
That's the plug for the TV. You think?
Yeah. So there's this cable right here. I started taking it out. It was covered in glue. This one.
Yeah.
That one, if we plug it in. Oh, you already plugged it in?
I plugged it into the TV, but not the wall side.
Yeah. Can you reach here? Just go like that. I'm sure it works.
Alright.
Dude, that AC feels nice.
It's cold.
Alright. Hey! We got a gold TV. Let's go. Alright, so definitely not a smart TV, but it's a TV nonetheless. Look at that. Let's put the antenna up. Let's get some signals. Oh man. Woo! We got all the things. Jeez, look at that. Blue screen. Jeez. Alright, it's probably 100 degrees out now, so you guys are gonna have to mind the fan noise. But we kept having an issue where it was kicking the breaker when we plugged into land power. And then when we got the generator running, it would shut down the generator after some time. So, I don't know if we should have done this first, but we were kind of getting eager. But we decided to take off the little panel cover. I don't know if you guys can see this, but the neutral bar is literally missing a chunk of the center. So all those circuit breakers over there don't really have a way of returning to the main over here. Right? Did I say that right?
Close enough.
So we're gonna put a jumper wire in the middle for now. Probably should be replaced at some point, but we're gonna put a heavy gauge wire to jumper over to those. And I don't know, we'll inspect a little bit more and see, because it didn't matter if it was plugged into the breaker for the shore power or the generator. Something was unhappy when we were running too many things. We managed to keep the generator running while not having a bunch of stuff on it, but I think once we start turning some stuff on, I think it starts overloading the circuit or something weird happening. All right, so shout out to Dennis for stopping by and helping me with that wiring for a little bit. We ended up putting that little extra leg in here. Ultimately, we're gonna have to replace that. But even still, nothing's tripping any breakers. So there's a couple things going on. One, I noticed that the property, like my place here, there's a charging like post out there. But when me and Dennis looked at it, we just assumed it would be 220. But it's actually just 110. So we can't really, like, it's tripping the breaker on our panel over there. And then the generator, we got it running, it starts, it runs, but it also hasn't been serviced or maybe never even been serviced. So it's, when we run everything full tilt, like both AC units, it's working. So we can't plug it in right now because I don't have a long enough cord to get all the way to my welding plug in the shop. So I got to order one of those. I'm gonna order some parts for the generator so that we can do a full service on it. Changes the fuel filter. It's a diesel generator, so fuel filter, we'll change the oil, service it all, and then we'll see what we got there. But I also want to order a longer plug so I can plug it into our shop, since I now know that this is not a 220. But what I do want to do is, like I've been mentioning, it is really nice weather out, but we're supposed to get some nasty weather this week. And right now in the bathroom, the skylight has been removed, and we just have this little like rubber seal tarp here. It's been holding so far, but I don't know how much I trust it. So I bought a skylight. I'm gonna go up there. It's kind of like it's kind of a little bit of a stressful situation, because I'm gonna go up there. I also got the sealant that we need for there, but I have to remove that tape that's been sealing good so far. But then I also am hoping that the skylight that I purchased is the correct one. So once I remove it, I don't really have anything as good as what's sealing it now. So it's like, ugh. And it's supposed to rain like 24 hours from now. So I want to get everything on there, get the sealant. I bought the lapse sealant for up there. It's specifically for RV roofs. So I got the correct stuff there. I'm just gonna grab the caulking gun for that, just somewhere over here in this big mess. Okay, so sun's going down, which is why I want to do this, so I'm not scorching up there. Got the caulking gun. We got our Phillips here. I'm gonna get up on that roof there. There's the skylight. Instead of getting a clear or white one, I got a tinted one just because it's so freaking sunny out here. I figured it's so bright that might as well get a tinted one. That way it's not just beaming in that shower all the time. I'd rather have a little bit of light in there, but not just be baking in there, and then, you know, offset it with lights inside the bathroom and shower area. So let me go up there. Hopefully this fits. Okay, so here we are on the roof. So that was taped over, but that we ended up finding, so I installed that. This one was taped over, ended up finding that one as well, so that one's good to go. Here is the part that I'm telling you guys about. So I have it pretty well sealed, which I'm very tempted to leave at the moment, but there was some bolt holes here which were not original, so I taped those up. I removed the bolts, and then there was another set of bolts that are still sticking up here. So it's very odd. I don't really know how else to describe it, but I want to seal all this crap up in all these holes, because like I said, we got like 24 hours before the rain starts hitting, and I don't want it to sit on here and cause issues. But I don't know what the deal is with these bolts. I guess I can always take this up. Worst comes to worst, I can bail and retape it, but there's like some bolt holes here. But anyways, let me take this off and see what I'm gonna do. Okay, here we go. So I took off that. I'm going for it, you guys. So I went ahead, took that off. I cleaned it because there was all that goo from that seal tape stuff, and these were the extra holes from the dude's stuff. So these are not supposed to be here, but all these screws that go on where the old skylight, you know, went are supposed to be there. So thankfully the wood is all super solid. It's just like I was mentioning to you guys in the last episode, this like cardboard headliner type deal. I'm probably gonna just replace all that, but anyways, sun's going down. Let's get to work. All right, so that came out awesome, you guys. As you can see, I'm almost working in the dark, but got it done. Made sure that I had a little bit of this RV self-leveling right here. It literally is for this, but made sure I had it underneath every screw head. Put some around the perimeter underneath, sucked it all down, and then put some more around the outside. So now we are going to be leak free. Only thing is, if you guys ever decide to use this stuff is super liquidy and runny. So I'm trying to fill these holes with it, and it just keeps running away from me. So I'm trying to let it tack up a little bit so I can continue to fill those holes. But other than that, she is sealed up nice. So okay, little update for you guys. So I had to wait for this cord to come from Amazon. It's a extension cord for 50 amps. So I plugged it into here because this is actually 220 here. I know that for a fact, and it's a 50 amp service. So I've got it running here all the way past our tire changing equipment, and then outside, and we just double checked everything. For whatever reason, the circuit outside is only a 30 amp and it is not 220. So that was the one that it was kicking. And on further research, I found that you can only run one AC unit on a 30 amp circuit. I've had this thing running for an hour, you guys, and the AC is still cranking. So no issues, not blowing any breakers, and it's actually really nice in here. I've had this running, well, not even an hour, I would say 45 minutes, and it's like, it is really, really comfortable in here. So this thing has been like it's 100 degrees ambient temps out right now, and this thing has just been baking in the sun all day long. So it was probably like 120 degrees in here, and now it's like, it's comfortable. It's probably like in the 80s right now, if I were to guess, maybe high 70s. Both units are running perfectly. So the rear one's working, front one's working. Only thing is, because I don't have this cover plate on it, the cover plate actually blocks this and actually forces it to come out of the ducts. So I don't have that little box because the cover plate goes in here and then it blocks it off and forces it to go that way, I believe. Anyway, somehow that forces it to go that way. Oh, I guess maybe it's, yeah, I think the ducts are right here actually. So these two side pieces, it forces the air to channel through and to run through all those ducts. So once I put that in, that'll work fine. But we ended up looping this. I don't think there's any issues with it. I did more research, and the generator I ordered, so it's a diesel generator. It's an Onan, a Cummins. And what I found out was they are really sensitive to oil levels. If it is too high or too low, it'll kick off. And you guys saw on that dipstick, it was like past the full mark. So it very well could be, if I drain a little bit of oil out of it, it will continue to run. So it's just, I don't think, initially we were thinking maybe there was something wrong with the circuitry in here, but I think it's actually the generator, because now we've ruled out that it will run on full power, a 50 amp circuit. Everything seems to work decent. Even the microwave, I don't know if I caught that on camera, but the microwave actually works. So the screen's a little dim. I don't have the clock on it, but it actually turns on, does everything it's supposed to do. So the microwave works. Haven't messed with the fridge just yet, but of course this has been messed with and tampered with. Even though there's and it doesn't smell, surprisingly, even though there's a microwave here, once I take this out, which we should probably do pretty soon, even though there was a hole drilled into the actual freezer, if this fridge and freezer works, if it's just a cosmetic hole there, I'll just fill it with foam and seal it off for now. It's just one hole in the back of the freezer. If that's all it is, then if this fridge works, I'm gonna run it for now, because cosmetically it looks fine. And then, I mean, who's gonna tell if there's one little patch in the back of it? I mean, you could put a tub of ice cream back there and you wouldn't even see it. So that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna continue. I don't know if I'm gonna be working on it today, but I wanted to update you guys with that. And yeah, once I kind of make progress, right now I'm waiting for the stuff for the generator to show up. So I have a fuel filter, and what else did I get? Fuel filter, oil filter that we can do a service on it and drop the oil, but I might actually suck out some of the oil first and see if it maybe runs. But I wanted to try it. I'm still testing it right now. I'll keep you guys posted on how long it runs, and if there's any issues with it running plugged into shore power. I'm just laughing because me and Steve are a bit of noobs with this stuff. I'm realizing why we couldn't get that cover on is because we installed the steel bracket upside down. That divider piece is supposed to be up, and that's why we were having issues trying to get that panel on there. But live and learn, right? So this is actually supposed to be flipped. This is supposed to be up there, and then we could probably put that trim piece back in. But the only thing is, I don't know whether this wiring has been tampered with or not. Obviously the AC is working, so I guess as long as it doesn't kick off or anything like that. But not sure if all this is original. There was, you know, it is what it is, because the other one has a big control panel box. So I don't know if it's been tampered with or that's supposed to be the way it is, but clearly it works. So I don't know. Comment down below what you guys think, if you guys have ever messed with these things, because like I said, the one in the back has a box, which the front one doesn't have. So does it matter? It works, but it does not have this same little box going on in here. All right, well, it's been a few days and I'm kind of working on this after hours. So it's evening now, and some parts are starting to show up. This might be official, you guys. We might actually be officially putting new parts on this and getting, does this mean it's actually the rebuild process? I don't know. Comment down below. Does this mean we're actually getting to rebuilding it? I've got one of these. This is for the latch for our screen door, and also this closeout panel that was missing. So we got that. That wasn't a huge expense. That was 20 bucks. And then for our generator, look, when I told you guys this thing was Cummins powered and Duramax powered, look, Cummins for our Onan generator. So Cummins owns Onan, and I got an oil filter and a fuel filter for the diesel generator. But before I put these in, I want to check some stuff. So I also have a new handle coming, because as you guys know, here's the actual latch. The latch was busted, so it was kind of annoying. I have to keep locking the door on it every time because it keeps swinging open. I ended up getting that skylight in there, and it has been working awesome. So we've been getting like crazy amounts of tropical rain. Like, look at how much standing water is in that, even a little bit of water through there. But this thing is staying dry as a bone in here. Let me show you guys what that looks like now. And then this latch, I got a new one of these. This is supposed to be showing up today, I hope, if the UPS guy finally gets here. But right there, you can see the striker's missing, so I got a new one of these coming so that we can do that. And then this is what I was telling you guys, this. We'll replace that so that this can latch onto there, and then we'll have the nice closeout panel that slides in there. But in here, I've got everything retracted, you guys, so I brought the slides back in since I knew it was gonna be crazy rain and I wasn't gonna be doing anything in here. But it's actually dry in here, and it doesn't, I don't have any musty smell or anything like that. And look at this, dry as a bone. So here's our brand new skylight that we put in here. You can see here, everything is super dry. This, I'm happy to report, is all dry. So we've got no issues, which is huge given the rain we've been getting, and everything else is good. So no issues here. I gotta clean all this at some point, but no water intrusion. So super good. That's like a huge thing, especially with this thing being here in Florida. So what I'm gonna do is, on these generators, this thing keeps shutting down. Also, I am noticing somebody's been mucking with that cover over there. I don't know if you guys can see that. So probably would be better for that cover to be not like that, because I know if these things, if you start messing with them and the covers aren't closed, you can even overheat the unit just by running it with the cover open. And it looks like somebody's been in here, but hopefully it's not too much issue. See, look, do not operate generator set without coolant cover in place. What I'm gonna do is, let's pop this open. I'm gonna check the coolant level because the cap is under here, and then I probably am gonna use my Mighty Vac and pull some oil out of this thing because it seems like it's just over full. Okay, so I just took this bolt out, and this apparently houses the radiator cap. Seems a little ridiculous. Why would you put a radiator cap underneath a plate? There we go. There is the radiator cap. What is the logic behind that? Like, why hide the radiator cap? I don't even know how you get this thing out. What a weird deal. All right, let me get this radiator cap off the bracket so that I can actually remove it and check our coolant level. All right, so I had to turn the cap to get it out of the bracket. Let's open this. I haven't started it, so it shouldn't be over pressurized. I should probably close this because that would not be good if coolant got in there. I'm gonna have to set the camera down. Okay, coolant is right at the top, so I don't think that's any sort of issue. Could maybe use a change, but this is definitely full, so that can't be the issue. Let's go ahead, well, it could be still. So let's go ahead, put that cap back on, and let's try taking some oil out. All right, you know what, you guys? It's been running for at least 10 minutes, but I don't really have a load on it. But it runs perfect, and if my theory about the oil being too high is correct, I gotta put a load on it right now. But if you recall, we had the slide out, and I don't have the leveling jack, so the whole RV was tipped quite a bit, and that would make that oil level probably even higher than it needs to be. So just for fun, let's turn on the AC and see if we can get this thing to load up. Well, there's one AC unit. Well, let's do two. So we're gonna put this thing under a load and see if we have any issues. We got two AC units going. We'll start the timer. We'll see how long she goes for. Start. There you go. 3.5 minutes. It is literally just sputtering out right now. So let's go see what we got. So it ran for a while. Let's see if we can get a trouble code on this thing. One flash, it looks like. I'll double check. I'm pretty sure one slow flash just means over temp. So maybe something to do with that. Let me look into it and oh, I can't make this up if I tried, you guys. Look at that. I just took the lid off. This, I swear, you guys, I cannot make this up. Holy cow. Well, at least it's gonna be an easy fix. That definitely explains our over temp situation. Holy moly. Okay. I swear. Sometimes you just can't make this stuff up. Alright, well, that would explain why it's got an over temp. Alright, well, let's remove the problem. Oh, man. If I had to guess, though, we probably should put a water pump on this, though. I'll show you guys in a second why I'm saying that, but pretty sure this is 99.9% of our issue right here. Alright, so that's a heck of a lot better. I'm going to let it cool down a little bit so I can kind of get my hand in here a little bit because there's a little bit more pieces and whatnot, and probably get a vacuum in here. The other thing I'm going to do too is the panel on top here. I want to get that and straighten out that piece that's bent because this thing works off of ducting, so if for some reason it can't draw the air one way or another, it will overheat. But this is what I was saying there. You can see a little bit of coolant residue right there off the water pump. So I'm going to keep an eye on that just in case. But actually, there's our oil filter right there. Look at that little guy. So I guess I have to take this up anyways to change the oil, because the oil filter's right there. I don't know if you can, maybe you can get to it from the bottom, but it's gonna be a heck of a lot easier to do it that way. All right, let me mess with some stuff and we will proceed in a second. I gotta get a vacuum out. So I ended up using the shop vac, getting all that crud out of there, cleaning off the whole radiator. What I am gonna do though is get compressed air and blow this all out. One of the things too is I took off this cover off the top here. See how bent it is for whatever reason? So the way this thing works is, I'm not sure which way the airflow path is, but I think what it does is essentially, like this big fan here, this spins and it either draws air through the backside in through here and spits it out there, or it's pulling in fresh air here. Here's your air filter, pulling it in, air filter goes there, sucks it in, and then blows, like it positively pressurizes this whole case and then blows the air out through the backside. I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. And if this at the top is open, then that means rather than forcing air through the radiator, it's just escaping out the top right there. So I'm gonna go ahead, straighten this. I also took out the access panel from the bottom right there. And I don't know if this is factory, but the drain line doesn't have a bolt. It's got a little valve on it, which I'll gladly take. It looks like an improvement over, just makes for easy oil changes. But other than that, everything looks decent in here. Like I said, let me straighten this out. I'm gonna blow this out with compressed air, and we might be back in order, boys. Current setup, I got my air compressor. I had to drag it out a bit so that my hose would reach, because I don't have that long of a hose at the moment, but I gotta hurry because more of these crazy tropical rains are coming. I'm like surrounded by clouds right now. So let's see how much crap comes out of this. All right, even under here. Here's the back side of the radiator, so can even blow stuff back through just to make sure. Just to get it even better, I'm even washing off just the radiator at least. Just to get any extra, like look at all the gunk coming out of it. Yeah, all that dirt. So just to get as much efficiency as possible since we're in the Florida heat. I'm not gonna go crazy with all that because obviously there's a electrical generator in there, but just on the radiator part, I think we're safe to do that, and it's definitely causing to be effective because there's a lot of dirt in there. So I'm gonna go ahead, pretty much it. I'm gonna put that service panel on the bottom because like I said, it has to be able to suck through there. I straightened out the upper panel, so I'll show you guys that in a second, but let me get the panels in place because I don't think I'm gonna get much more time before the skies start opening up. See, pretty much anywhere you look, if there's any of these covers off, it says overheating and generator set damage can result with service cover off. Do not operate generator set without service cover in place. So any of these covers, if they're open, will cause it to overheat. So here's this cover plate, straighten it out. We'll put it back on top. All right, so panels on there flat. Let's put the front cover on and we should be able to give this thing a whirl. All right, well, she's back together. I need to get more hardware because there's a bunch of screws that are still missing, but at least the plate's on. There was like this little diverter thing that was just sitting down there, which channels the air into essentially that turbine looking deal. But let's go ahead and see what happens this time. I'm gonna turn off the AC unit so they don't kick over right away, because that'd be a huge load on the system. Off. Off. We'll wait for a second until it flips over. You can usually tell once the microwave kind of powers up. There we go. Cool. Turn that one on. Oh, I gotta turn my 12 volt on because 12 volt controls the furnaces. Alright, there's one, there's two. Alright, you guys know the deal. Let's start that timer. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead, reset this. We'll see how long she runs this time. Should be good to go, I would think. While that runs, I'm gonna go ahead and install this on the screen door. So far so good. Also, you guys, this is the inlet. So I can feel it sucking a bunch of air from here, and it's blowing, I don't know if you guys can see that, blowing air through the radiator out the back here. But we got some good flow now. Okay, so here there's a little striker. I want to put this on. Hopefully the new one that I got matches the holes. So literally all I needed was that one bracket off of this. This one, that's still good. So what that does is you latch it on there so that this striker, when you close the door, doesn't catch on this one. So all that should work. And I think my lock just showed up, so let me grab that. And she's still chooching over there, no problem. Got both AC units running. It's already dropping temp in here like crazy. This should be fairly easy to install, I hope. This should just slide into here. If we flex it, get two hands on it instead of trying to do everything with one hand, or send it. So that's how that works. A little more weight than the rest of it, but it also comes with that little end piece if I want to replace this part, but that's essentially what goes on there. So you can open it that way. When we have this door like that, no bugs can get in. I don't know if you guys can see it. Okay, and we're 7.5 minutes on our timer, so that's double the amount of time that it was running before, all while running 2 AC units. All right, 12 minutes, you guys. And then this just showed up in the mail, so I ordered this. It was like half price. It's an open box special. So it came with the keys, but it's a brand new lock mechanism. These are normally like 140, 150 bucks. Is that a pen? What the heck is that? What is this weird gadget? Oh, look at that. Comes with a little baby screwdriver. Wow, so nifty. No idea why it comes with this. It's got the smallest, babyest bits on it ever, but maybe it could come in handy. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, put this on here. We got the matching keys for it, so I'll double check that. And then, yeah, it should be just a straightforward swap. All right, cool deal. So both sets of keys, I got 4 working keys for this, and they all fit and they will all work. So scored on that open box special. Again, this was, I think, 60 bucks, and this is normally 150 bucks. So we'll add that to the total. 15 minutes we made it and it shut down. So let's go see what she's mad about now. Yeah, same thing, over temp. So I'm gonna say either probably a thermostat and maybe even the water pump. Cause let's see. Yeah, that radiator is pretty warm. But I did see that little bit of leaking coolant coming out of that water pump. So anyways, I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit more. Literally rain and lightning it's showing. So let me finish that latch so I can get the heck out of here. Oh man, we got bamboozled, you guys. Look at this. That part was over tightened and cracked. All right, let me figure out what we're gonna do about this one, because something fell out and it was that. All right, well, it's the next day because it started raining and it was getting dark. So the company that sold me the latch actually said they're going to send me out a new unit, but that doesn't mean that I can't replace the front half of it because I can always just replace the back half from the new one that they send me. So that way I have a working door, because if you guys do or don't know, I don't have a latch right now. It just does this. And normally when you try to close it like this, it just self-opens. So we don't have the striker, so I'm gonna go ahead, take these bolts out of here. Looks like we got a couple Torx bits, and then this whole thing should slide out. We should be able to put the new one in. I also have to bend this back at some point. Don't know if I'll do that just yet, but that's, somebody is in here with a pry bar of sorts to get this open, so that's got to be corrected as well. So let's go ahead and get that out, get the new latch in here so we have a functioning door. A handle is out. All right, so here's what I mean. Take an adjustable, take a rag, and obviously there's some sort of pry bar of some sort in here, so we're kind of doing the opposite of what originally took place. Alright, so it's better. I won't say it's perfect, but at least we got something more to work with. So there's it there. Like I said, definitely has to be worked or more time spent on it, but also it's kind of separating. These doors are a standard door, so I could always just replace the whole door if I really want to later, but for now, let's bolt this thing back together. Okay, so latch is on here. That was a pain in the butt to do by myself because you have to line up all of these, but that's on there. We've got a working latch right now. What I'm trying to do right now is get this stuff all situated. I had to trim a little bit of the plastic here. This came with this, but then I would have had to drill all new holes, and then this one doesn't fit as nicely into there as that one does. This one's just got a little more clearance. So that fits. Latch opens with the screen door, but you'll notice here this is bulged out a little bit because I guess whatever prying action was taking place. So when you go to actually close the screen, it bangs off of here. So I'm gonna move this metal back here. Also, I don't know if this is supposed to be double plated. It looks like there's two of them on here. The one that came with the latch is just a single deal here. So I'm gonna move this back, see if it clears, but maybe I'll put this plated one on here. It looks a little nicer than that one anyways. Yeah, it's not taking much to move back, that's for sure. Let's see if that's enough to clear. Hey, look at that. Clears nicely. That's all it needed. All right, so I didn't really have to bend anything, but you have to like flex this channel to get it lower, just so you can drive it behind, so that we can get this freaking thing out of here. All right, so you guys can see what I did. So I gotta push it a little bit lower, then I should be able to get it out of there. All right, we got a perfectly functioning door, you guys. So now that one closes, opens, and then if you want to put it on the door, it's got a latch here. That latch is there. This closes nicely now. Yeah, you can open this, put that there. Hey, so it's got a magnet on the back. It's kind of cool. I'm not just slamming it against anything. So this magnet holds it there, but this is cool. Just the fact that everything works now. Because before, every time I had to lock the door just to keep it from blowing open, but now I can use it like a normal door. So still a little bit of finishing work to do, but we got the new chromed out latch on there. Had to adjust it. I'm sure like the openings look like they were slightly different, so that's why I ended up changing it, but hell yeah, now we got a door. So I just tried running the generator again with this door closed. Same deal, about 12 to 15 minutes and it still shuts down. So I want to see if we can't figure out what codes. It's got to be throwing some sort of code. So I'm only getting one flash, as you can see there. Apparently we're supposed to hit this button once more, and then it's supposed to give us our code. Let's see. Let's hit it once more. Let's see if it gives us a code. And you guys are seeing it here. 1, 2, 3, and that's supposed to give us a code. It's just flashing with a 1. So I want to see if we've got a temp gun. We'll see if maybe it's a temperature thing. But normally you're supposed to be able to push that and it's supposed to give us a slow flash and then a fast flash, and we're supposed to get a code out of that. But as you can see, we're not really getting that. Look, 1, 2, 3. 1. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna use Dennis's temperature gun and see if this thing is running hot or what we got potentially. All right, so just pop the cover off. You can see it collected some more junk, so we'll clear that off, but look. 203 Fahrenheit, so it's not running. 215 on the top tank, 166 on the bottom. Let's see if we can get to our, so there's our upper hose. Can we get to the lower hose? Let's see, the temperature sensor's right there. I've seen some units where this thing is backwards and brutal. 234, 233. So I think it is getting too warm, because, and I think our sensor's working, because I believe 230 is where it's supposed to cut off. So let's see, top of our thermostat, 230. Either that or our thermostat's not opening. 213. Is that accurate? 170. That's still pretty freaking warm. I think it is an over temp situation. Belt seems tight. I think it might be a thermostat deal, but let me clear off this because this isn't helping matters. On the positive side of things, we definitely have got airflow with the way that thing is collecting all this stuff on the front of the radiator, so at least we're all sealed up and good. But I mean, the core of this radiator internally could be not doing us any favors. Alright, so most of this is out of here. Also, this air filter, probably should take this off and just see. Hopefully it's not overly dirty. I'm going to replace it either way, but just make sure. Right, so it definitely needs to be replaced, but it's not like can't pass air type thing. These things are stupid expensive, you guys. I got to figure out where you can buy it. They want like, I think like $50 for one of these. Look at there. There's the part number right there. I got to see if I can find it, because there's no way this thing should be $50. This is crazy. Alright, I'll shake this out and reinstall it for now. And let me keep looking at this, and I'll update you guys what I come up with. Okay, well, top of the radiator hose is super hot. Bottom of the radiator hose is pretty dang hot too. So I think this thing's just getting hot overall. If one was hot, one was cold, I would think maybe the thermostat's not opening. The coolant doesn't look dirty, even though we'll flush it. But let's get on with the service aspect of it. So we'll change the oil, and then here is our fuel filter. So that definitely looks like it's been in there a while. So I'm gonna go ahead, change the fuel filter also. So we'll change the oil, change the fuel filter. Let's get after it. We got all OEM parts, and we'll see if that helps at all. It might be running lean. It could be running lean too, and causing it to heat up quite a bit too, because I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one, but at least it runs and sounds good. Okay, you guys, I swear I can't make this up. Look at 1, 2, 3. Literally the definition of a rat's nest or mouse, or maybe a squirrel. I don't know what they are, but look at these little guys. I guess I should be washing my hands. I guess those were what was stuck in there. So I mean, we could just keep running it, and maybe it's just a matter of whatever's stuck in here is floating around, flying around. Like, I've looked in here, I don't see any extra stuff. Like, this is essentially how it works: is the air comes in through this grate, goes through this big fan, and this spins around, but there's nothing stuck in it, and then blows through here. So either way, we'll do a service on it. I've got the fuel filter dangling here. It doesn't look like it's ever been changed, if I were to guess, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna clean this off first, and we'll replace it with a brand new OEM one. Okay, so here we go. Brand new Onan fuel filter. I can link these down below because these are gonna come in super handy. I've been meaning to buy a set of these forever, but this is so we can pinch off those rubber lines so it doesn't absolutely puke everywhere. And then I'm gonna take some brake clean off our fittings because I don't want to introduce any dirt into there either. Probably one of those things you do the first time and then you realize that it's just Reebok stuff. So this is a Fleet Guard, and it tells you what Fleet Guard fuel filter number this is. So even though it wasn't that expensive, honestly, I think it was like 20 or 30 bucks, which really wasn't that bad. But at least now I know I can just look up this Fleet Guard number and be doing the same thing. So anyways, I got that cleaned off. I'm gonna pinch off those 2 lines, and then we can remove those. All right, so this was a little tube I was telling you guys about. I don't know if this is supposed to be here or not, but I'll take it. So this is just attached to a little valve that we should be able to just crack open, and the oil should just drain out. So I'm gonna pop open the dipstick just so this thing can breathe a little better. Should be able to hit this and drop the oil. So this should be 2 quarts, which actually, let me see something for a second if I can get to those fast enough. I kind of want to measure this. Let me see if I can. I know we just lost a little bit, but just for curiosity, let me see. All right, so I got this. This is 26 ounces, 32 ounces in a quart. So we are going to stop this. That's about 26 ounces. Fill it up again. All right, so we pretty much got the 2 quarts out of it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put a new filter on it. We're gonna replace the oil. Ended up finding a Wix oil filter. If you guys end up having one of these, 51365, I'll link it down below. It's only 13 bucks. So I'll put this on and put some new oil in. Well, I'm obviously running with the cover off, but I'm just kind of seeing how things are going. It's definitely hot outside. So, and I gotta look up what these things are supposed to run. I did notice it's a little bit wet under here, so I'm trying to get this thing out to see if it's just maybe coming out of the overflow that's not screwed on at all. That would probably be a good possibility, because that should probably be tightened down. But let me go ahead and see if I can get this out of here. I snipped these 2 tie wraps that were holding it in, but I gotta figure out how this comes out. All right, so managed to just weasel it out of here, and what it looks like is there's holes on the side there, and it's just weeping out of that, meaning that it's probably pushing past the cap. When I can't take the cap off now because this thing's up to temp, but I think I need to put a new cap on there. It's flowing, so it's not the thermostat, because top hose, everything's hot. So like if this was cold, or top was hot or cold, or vice versa or whatnot, but we're getting heat to the radiator. But I wouldn't be surprised if it is, you can see here, this is pushing up through. So the cap is what controls what comes into our overflow. And so if the cap is bad, that could very well be causing it to push coolant out, not maintaining the proper pressure inside our radiator, and causing a bit of a over temp situation. So I'm definitely gonna get on top of that. Plus I would like to clean out, like the fluid doesn't look bad in here, but wouldn't be the worst idea to drop the coolant and change it also. So that's probably on the agenda next, is to get a cap for it. But like I said, I can't take it off now, so this is probably gonna have to carry on into the next day. I'm a little bit, I don't know if you guys can see back there, that looks wet and I'm not sure why. But you can't even get in there to try to see. I mean, I guess I could lay on my back and go over there and check out if I see anything, but right now, one thing at a time. I don't want to speak too soon, but I think I might have just figured something out, you guys. So I was gonna take this out, check the radiator cap, even though it's hot, but then I noticed the radiator cap isn't even hot, which is odd, right? Look at the hose that it connects to. It's completely kinked. So that means that coolant can't follow the path that it's supposed to. Like, this is boiling hot, but this hose I can touch, no problem. This is nice and cool. So whatever path this is ran, this is kinked like that. So I'm almost willing to bet if I open this up, potentially this, I don't know where this runs to. I think this runs to this T. Pretty sure this runs to the T that's on this top hose. So this should be hot. Why is this not hot? The only reason it could not be hot is if we got no flow to these other ports. So I'm almost wondering if I get this kink out of this hose. That thing has been kinked for a while. I don't know how I'm going to work this kink out, but if I can get this out, I think all these other pathways you can see here through the neck here, they'll start to be connected. Let me work on it. Okay, so now the cap's actually getting warm where it wasn't before. So, not sure how I'm gonna work this kink out, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this lid on because we're not getting proper flow on the radiator right now, but I'm gonna put this on and try running it. It's not ideal to have this off, but even if I just shove this in and don't put it into the holder, we might be better off. Let's try it. Okay, cover's on. We're losing a little bit of efficiency through here, but this thing's pulling out a ton of heat on the backside right now. But now the cap's getting warm. I can probably try to block off some of this air like this, force it through the radiator, see how she does. I guarantee you it's that though, it's blocking the path of the coolant. Right now I just stuffed a rag in here just to force the air out. The generator, the engine on it's definitely cooling down. It's hot, but it's not as hot as when I first started it. Alright, so she's chooching away. I haven't put a load on it just yet, but I'm trying to figure out what the heck's going on with it. But it's charging our batteries because our battery was down a little bit. I guess we can turn on the AC and see how she does. I mean, the inverter's drawing quite a bit, as you can probably hear. So let's see. I'm gonna turn on, well, let's turn one off first so we don't hit them both at the same time. So furnace off. Furnace off. Turn on our 12 volt. So with this on, now we can turn on one AC, 2 AC. It is like 1,000,000 degrees, you guys. So start the timer, see how she works now. I think we'll be okay, or at least I hope we will. Okay, there we go. Let's start the timer. Alright, well, she just shut her down. Let's see what she says now. It's not going to give us any codes though. One, two, three. So, just the one flash again. I'm willing to bet it's just too hot still though. Alright, back to the drawing board, but having this kink in the hose definitely is not helping matters, I'll tell you that much. If you guys are wondering, this is what I used for Rotella Synthetic, so put some better stuff in here since this thing's gonna be putting in some work. Alright, so it's another day, and I want to get a video up for you guys, so kind of want to just update you guys on some stuff. So on the generator itself, I've been just kind of going through it and just doing all the stuff that's probably never been done to it and get all the maintenance items out of the way. So I'm waiting for some parts to show up and I have to order some more parts. As far as what's going on, the temperature sensor, and I gotta replace this shock because I'm tired of holding it up while I'm talking to you guys, but the temperature sensor right there, luckily on this 5500 it's on the front, you can get to it, but they're notorious for going out on these generators. And I managed to find a graph that kind of plotted out what the ohms were supposed to be based on the temperature it's reading, and mine seemed to be hotter than what it was showing because I'm running about 200 degrees, and I mean when I'm running, and we're running this thing in like 95 degrees ambient plus the humidity, like I think running around 200 is fairly reasonable. And that's me running it without the cover on. Once I put the cover back on, I'm sure it's, you know, those temperatures are a lot lower once it's got the proper airflow. So it seems to be shutting it down early. But I also noticed that the weep hole out of the water pump is kind of leaking a bit, so I got a new water pump coming, and these parts aren't that expensive because I managed to find that it's a Kubota engine. So the water pump I think was like 30 something bucks with the gasket. I can't seem to find the water temperature sensor, so I'm gonna have to get that from Onan Cummins. And I got a new radiator cap. We're gonna put a new thermostat in it. I tried to order a Kubota thermostat off of Amazon. That one was the wrong one, so I'm gonna have to get the one from Cummins and Onan. New oil filter. I'm also going to put in a new lift pump, so it's got a little fuel pump over here because when I changed the fuel filter it didn't seem to want to prime. So I think even though the little lift pump, even though I can hear it engaging, it's not really pumping well. So that's only like 30 bucks, so I'm only going to spend like a couple $100 on parts since I'm doing all the labor myself, but I figure might as well knock all that stuff out at the moment. What I want to do right now is I put this on, ended up I don't know if I showed you guys, but there was a little hole on that lock unit that I got, and they sent out a new plate, so we've got that taken care of. I'm gonna turn this on, get a little bit of AC going in here, and I want to try a couple things. I want to see if this fridge, if we can mess with that, and then there is one more modified thing that I kind of want to mess with. This is a propane tank where it shouldn't be, so I want to see if I can get this out of here. We got a little bit more duct tape. I don't know, it's kind of bittersweet. It might be the last of the duct tape, but let's get a little AC bumping up in here. So I've got it just connected to the shore power, and then like I said, all this stuff's been working good, you guys. No leaks or anything in here. I'm gonna have to measure this and see if I can't get one of these shower units coming. That way we can start gutting this all out. Also measure this. Get a new sink. I'm probably going to put new laminate on here, but at least just start getting some stuff coming. Toilet I want to replace. I want to redo the flooring, but really I could probably use the unit with that flooring. But cool that I can at least use the door properly now. It's stuck on the magnet, but can actually have a functioning door. But systems seem to be working. Like I said, I'm going to cool this thing off. And what I want to do right now is see if the fridge works. So it illuminates. Here's on, off, whether you want to use it on gas or on 12 volt. But I'm not sure if this little doohickey deal here, let's see. I'm curious if this is going to start cooling. Apparently these take quite a bit. So we'll see if it does anything. But I don't know if this door switch deal that somebody's mucked with is affecting it turning on. Let me see if I can get to this and get this apart. Okay, so this is whatever I removed from the switch. So somebody had soldered this on, maybe to charge something. And then there's a little bulb receptacle in there deal. I don't know. But there is these two exposed wires for the switch. I just don't know if the fridge potentially might not turn on without the door switch being enabled or whatnot. So that part I am not sure about. So this is supposed to be there. This is actually supposed to be here for a bulb. And I gotta figure out where these two wires used to go and see if I need to close some circuit. But I am gonna be probably changing the fridge out anyways. What I also want to do is see how destroyed this fridge freezer even is. I'm pretty sure it's, I don't know if this is an addition or if this is the actual original fridge. It kind of looks like that's the original fridge and it's been severely modified. But yeah, let me mess with this and then we'll work on that. All right guys, a little bit of electrical, and now I've got a working fridge light, so the switch works. So now to see if that's gonna cool, I did notice one thing though. So it seems to be attempting to, even though the propane stuff still needs to be contended with, it does seem to want to switch over to propane or gas, because when I unplug the 110, I can hear it try to start igniting the pilot for the propane. So that does appear to be working. The only thing is whether, like, this is this little furnace deal. Oh yeah, the little furnace is getting hot. So that's how this works apparently, is this little furnace gets hot and then it, oh yeah, she's hot. I think the fridge is working, you guys. So, and this is the drain, and I don't know, we're gonna see if it continues to make a puddle. It was like wrapped up like this, so there's quite a bit of water in it, but that's where it's supposed to be forming condensation. But yeah, so this is the little, I guess, little chimney deal, little flute, whatever it's called. This heats up, and then that's how it pulls, I guess, heat out of the fridge. But so this either ignites through here, through your propane, or you can see almost like a little like block heater. These two wires go to there, but this thing is dang hot. So it might be working. Let's leave it on for a bit. The only thing I didn't know, I was trying to figure out, is I see this little wire dangling here. It looks like it's supposed to be plugged into something, but clearly isn't. But it doesn't seem to be affecting that because this thing is getting hot. So all right, well, let's let this run for a bit. We'll see if this makes any more condensation, because that seems to be working. There's no faults on it because there's a little thing where it'll say a fault. So I'll leave it run. In the meantime, I guess if we're gonna have a working fridge, let's see what the deal is with that microwave that's in there. Because yeah, it would say check if there's a fault. I've got the gas option turned off, because if you push this, right now it's on auto, if you hit this button it'll switch over. I don't feel it getting cold yet, but maybe if we let it run. Apparently they take a while, so we'll see what happens. All right, let's see what the deal is with this. Let me see how I get this out. So I don't know. Duct tape mafia over here. I have a feeling this has been modified to be able to fit this, and I can see the foam for the freezer there too. So I don't know how that's gonna work out, but let me see if I can free this out of here. All right, so I promise you guys didn't miss much. All I did was just cut the duct tape that was holding it here. There's like wine corks to shim this thing up. So let me set the camera down and see if I can get this thing out of here. Alright. Look at this perfectly good microwave. There's the cord for it. Like I said, wine corks to shim it. Oh man. So I'm gonna guess that that's not original. Wine corks are not original, but if I can get just a working fridge for now, I'll take it. I just don't know how this is supposed to originally look. Like, how does this cool in here? Is there something missing? That part I don't know. Check this out though. Look at it has just been dug and chipped away to fit all this. And I believe this is the original sides, if I had to guess. But yeah, I don't know how this does or doesn't get cool normally. Well, that's the mystery of our freezer. Let's see if this is getting... I'm not really noticing anything as of yet, but apparently it takes hours for this thing to even remotely get cold, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this AC off. It is feeling nice in here, but I'm gonna cut that one because once I put the vent on there, then I can actually force, because right now it's just blowing straight air right out of here. But once I put the vent on, I gotta flip this bracket because me and Steve put it upside down by accident, and then it'll actually force out through the vents instead of just coming out through here and distribute the air a little bit more evenly. But we got it sitting in a nice spot. Really seemed good that way. It's just we put the bracket in upside down, not knowing. Okay, so I got this back in here, bundled that up there. Might tidy this up just one more tie wrap, and then we can put the plastic cover in place. Okay, so I've got the little filter here with the door, but now this is all in place. So now I should be able to close this so that it diverts it into these vents. And if I turn it back on, now both furnaces should be blowing to the actual vents. Oh yeah, you can hear a little bit of dust floating around in them. So yeah, now it's pushing all the air to the vents, so it's distributing more evenly. So this is how this works. If you guys do it or not, you can open this. Hopefully you guys can hear that. And then when you close it, it forces it to go through all the vents. So now we got our AC forced to all the vents from both units. So both units channel into this vent system. There's like a channel that runs here and a channel that runs there to each side of vents. So one more thing knocked out. I'll clean this out. I've got a filter for here, filter for the back, and we can put these in as well. All right, so we've got our vent in here now with that filter. I cleaned everything. Same thing with the back one. Now that one's got the filter in place so that we can clean things up. So I cleaned all that, disinfected it, the whole deal. And now that we've got the vents actually distributing the AC all throughout, it's feeling a lot better in here. So I want to get this video out for you guys so you guys can be updated on the whole situation, but things are coming along. I'm not sure if that fridge is going to work. I plan on replacing it anyways, but the reason why I'm messing with it is because if I can at least get this thing functional so that we can actually use it, I'll probably end up being able to hit some events a little bit sooner. I know a lot of guys in the comments were asking me about coming to Carlisle, which is at the beginning of July, but we're like mid-late June now, and I don't know that this would be able to get that done. I did just notice this just did kick off again. So there was a little fuse that went on the outside, so it looks like that turned off. So like I said, the fridge is probably toast anyways, but it's feeling decent in here with this AC. Other thing too is I'm going to end up ordering some of this stuff. Our skylight over there is working beautiful, so I'm glad I went with the tinted one. I wasn't sure about the tint, but I don't know if you guys can see the difference here. This is like super bright. When we're in South Florida here, this one actually is a little bit better. Over here, I'm probably going to put a tinted one here with a fan as well, replace this unit, because I'm missing half the trim for it anyways. But there is originally, you can see this wires, there's a stereo wire tapped on, but there is the two original wires here which correlate to this switch for the fan. So I'm going to get a proper fan, and I'm going to put a tinted lid on it because it's just way better rather than sitting in here like ant underneath a magnifying glass. This one's tinted, for example, and you can see it still lets light through, but it's just not nearly as brutal with the sun here. So also gonna take some measurements, gotta measure this so that I can order a new tub basin, and then I'm gonna start ripping all this stuff off. It's pretty much coming off. I mean, I guess I can essentially take this off, but that'll be the next episode. Take all these off, and then I just want to take some measurements before I actually toss it. That way I can start ordering some stuff and get this all retrofitted. It shouldn't take much to get this all done here. And then I'm not sure what I want to do. Comment down below what you guys think on this sink deal. Should I just find the exact same sink and then just put like a nicer upgraded faucet, or should we try to restyle this with something a little nicer looking? This is like almost like prison looking sink to me, but I don't know, we're kind of limited on the space. Oh, I didn't show you guys. I'll leave you guys with a hilarious ending. Look at how many toilet seats there are. So there's 3 toilet seats on this. I cannot believe this. So you got the original seat down there. I don't even want to lift it because it's just, I don't want to touch this. There's the original seat, there's another seat, and then there's a seat on top of that. 3 toilet seats, because there's the back lid of the one toilet seat. Here is a lid for that toilet seat, and then if I open this, the 3rd lid is right there. So there's 3 toilet seats here. Again, I'm going to be ordering a toilet. I'm kind of mixed right now, and you guys can give me your suggestion on, I want to, you know, toss this out and get this nasty thing out of here, but at the same time, I don't know if I want to take it off, because I don't know how soon I'm going to be putting a new one on, because we're going to have to redo the floor. So it's like, do I take it off and just leave it sitting there and maybe tape it up, or try to stuff it, or I don't know. That's kind of why I just haven't done anything with it, because that's got to go 100%, but I'm just not sure what I'm gonna do with that. But if you guys are liking this series, I know it's a little bit different. I know some guys are a little bit mad. They're like, it's not a Mopar, I don't want to watch this, I signed up for Mopar stuff. I think this is a little bit different. It's fun. There's still lots of Mopar stuff on the main channel. I'm kind of posting this on the second channel because it's a little bit alternative content. But if you guys are enjoying this, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below what you guys think of this project, subscribe, check out the other videos on the channel and how we got to this point, because this looks a hell of a lot better than it used to. We'll see you guys on the next video.